This is Mac Monroe, ex-Marine with one hell of a rap sheet. Over here is the entire Monroe gang. A bunch of river rats taken in by Mr. Monroe, I'm told.
Everybody here came to me in a similar fashion as you. We're all orphans, darling. This is a family born of choice, and that is a powerful thing. You understand that? Sometimes, water is thicker than blood.
Go, 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 go.
So Detective Ellis is such a tough, kick-ass character. What was it like walking in her shoes?
First of all, I just want to say this is really nice. This is the first time I've been in an event in like a really long time. So, thank you.
What a great way to start your first event back, being a premiere for a movie that you're starring.
I feel the same way. Thank you for pointing that out. Yes, but Detective Ellis, yes, she's. First of all, I'm on the right side of the law, which is rare in my career. I tend to be a villain. But this film was really awesome. The writer-director, John Carlo, he actually was a writer of a film that I had done previously. And he was like, do you want to be a good guy? You want to be a good cop? So we went down there, and he wrote this script based on the aesthetic of the location. So it was a really interesting process of development where he found the location, wrote a script based on where we were and what we were doing. Detective Ellis is kind of trying to track down all of these bad happenings, and this town is full, in real life, is full of like actual seemingly really, really, really well-produced production sets, but they're actually, unfortunately, real meth labs that have blown up, and like a lot of the things that you see are as is. We found them and wrote stories around this. So there's a little underbelly of this area in Central Florida, and the story then kind of takes its own life from there. But I think one of the things that I loved about playing the character was just getting to explore being a cop, being a detective, being on the right side of the law, but also I have worked fighting human trafficking for 13 years. This area of Central Florida is actually quite notorious for this issue. The film follows our young, amazing actors who are a lot of street kids who are on the wrong side of the tracks for God only knows what reason, and they're typically vulnerabilities like poverty or abuse or trauma, whatever. And it's how do you navigate that? You know, where do you start to acknowledge that someone's circumstances caused them to make these decisions, and then at what point do they have to take responsibility for it? And I think it's an interesting question. And one of the things I loved about Detective Ellis specifically is she's not all good. She's got her own demons, she's got her own issues, and so it's kind of the duality of human nature. We're not good, we're not bad, we're both. Yeah.
In what ways is she fighting her own demons?
Well, she's kind of not, which is the problem. She's kind of playing right into them. She's convincing herself, as we do, when we're the good guy, we justify things to ourselves. She justifies that what she's doing is helping her get closer to the case and whatever. But she's stepping out, and she's doing something behind the backs of people that she loves, and it weighs on her, and the guilt and shame is there. And I think that plays into her narrative in the film.
And then she's not only fighting crime, but she's also fighting, stuff that's going on within the police force, right?
Yes. Yeah. So there's a little misogyny going on. Yeah. She's a chick in a man's world, and especially in this particular, neighborhood that she finds herself in. She comes in as the detective hotshot, and no one's very happy about it. And all of those lovely individuals are gentlemen who aren't so gentle, and perhaps not men. So she's navigating being a woman in that setting and being seen as an object versus the woman that the status she's earned and what she's become.
Yeah. And did you do any gun training and things like that?
Have a little bit of that from some of my other roles. I had to learn tactical training specifically for this because my other roles are just like, badass gun holding, which is kind of anything goes. But so we had local law enforcement on set, and actually some of the roles you see on the film are local law enforcement who just play a version of themselves. So that was cool to have them there.
Oh, that's really cool.
You're gonna reflect back on what we're doing here, and it was for the betterment of the world.